Hello everybody, it's Aiden, otherwise known as AoMoose, and I'm here with another speed paint. I've been meaning to upload this one for a while and I just haven't bothered to do it. I'm like, I'm popular. And then I just haven't done the voiceover. I apologise for not... I apologise you can't see the... I apologise you can't see the sketch. I did the sketch on the notes on my iPad because I don't know, I just really like the way the pencil one looks, and I hadn't figured out the Procreate yet. So yeah. Also, I apologize that it's on its side, but if I had it the right way up, it kind of cut off like the tops and the bottom of the painting. So I figured so you can actually see everything that I'm doing. I'll put it longways. I know it's kind of awkward, but it's all I could do. I'm sorry. As you can see, I just kind of basically laid down my flat colors very quickly. I struggled with the skin tone quite a lot because on the picture he's quite washed out because he's on the stage in the picture and he's literally white. And obviously because the sketch was just a screenshot of the notes, when I lay down a colour it would change slightly because I had to multiply it so that the colours would so I had to put the layer with the sketch on as a multiply layer. So obviously, so if you know that means when you paint went on the other layer, the colour is slightly different to what you pick because of the way that the layer mode affects the colour. So I struggled a lot with that, especially the hair and the face. And I kept forgetting that it's a multiply layer, so then I go to select the colour and then I'd go to paint on. I was like, this doesn't match, and then I remember, so that you'll see that I regularly as you can see, I tried to go closer to what it was on the picture and then it just looked like a ghost, so I changed it back. But yeah, you'll see me turn off the sketch layer, turn this sketch layer to normal mode instead of multiply, just so I can see what colours were actually where, so I could pick from that. But yeah. I'm happy with this in some senses and not in others, because obviously, like I said, the picture was on stage and very washed out, so it, even in the picture, things quite flat in terms of his face. There's not much shading because the lighting is so strong. So when it came to colouring it, there wasn't. I was too scared to try and shade it, like add more depth into it myself, because I'm not very good with that. Like, I didn't want to shade it without the reference because I didn't want to, like, what's the word was it? I didn't want to add too much contrast in the lights and the darks. Like, obviously I added a bit more than what was in the photo, but I didn't want to go too drastic in case it ended up not looking like Chim. I feel in the end it's kind of ambiguous as well, but I tried, and I don't know why people message me the second I try to start doing something, because no one cares any other time, so why do they care now? Oh, I hate my sister, she sent me a meme. Oh my god, the memes. So yeah, you saw I go over the hair quite a lot with different colours, and then it was kind of just looking like a mess. So as you can see, I kind of went over it with a layer to kind of make them more cohesive, and then just kind of worked on it from there. Instead of going too much off the reference photo, I kind of just worked on it myself and just tried to figure. I still looked at the reference photo to kind of see, like, but I tried not to focus on it too much, because I feel like when it comes to colouring, I definitely rely on references too much, because I'm not very confident when it comes to colouring pieces. So when it comes to something like a portrait, I am definitely over reliant on it, and I need to back away from that. But yeah, I feel like this is going really, really slow on the thing, so I don't know how much of the video I have left. I feel like nothing's happening right now, but I'm sure something is, because I edited everything out. I'm probably doing tiny little fine detail work. It's probably something stupid. I'm probably like taking ages to erase like the silliest thing. As you can see, I've decided to bed the mic in, microphone. I don't know what happened. If I don't know if I think I missed a bit of the mic out. I probably just left it and just never drew it in. But yeah, let's just pretend that's not. I guess I only just realized. As you can see, I just added a bit of I added another layer and added like more warmer tones, because I feel like his cheeks just weren't quite as warm, and I do adjust that a lot as I go on. I do like mess with the opacity of that layer. I added the warmth around the edges of his eyes, his nose, and his cheeks, like the bulb of his nose, and then his cheeks, and then the corners of his eyes, because I feel like that's where a lot of blood tends to situate. I think I also added it into his lips, because I feel like his lips were not I don't know, they just weren't the right tone. I tried, because I was getting really frustrated with the whole coloring situation when it came to the sketch layer. I ended up quickly sketching out. That must have been one of I quickly sketched out where the lines were, and then just added more depth, and then I get rid of it later. It was just so I could get more tonal values. Oh jeez, why do I apologize. I yawn every time I make a video. I apologize. It's because I always do my voiceovers like in the night. Because I feel too awkward to do when my family's awake. I mean, my sister's awake, but I mean, when everyone's in their own rooms, it's like privacy. Kind of want cheesecake. But yes, I've also been working on a suga portrait, but that one's pretty straightforward. There's no coloring or anything. It's literally just sketch and then shade, which, I mean, I think if it was traditional, it'd be more interesting. As you can see, you can see where I add all the warmth now. I had a tiny bit on his chin. I don't know why I did that, but it's good to know. But yeah, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Words. What was I saying? I don't know. Crap. Oh yeah, I think if I was drawing like the portrait that I did of Yoongi or Suga, I think it'd be a lot more interesting if it was traditional, but yeah, so I'm probably not gonna upload that. I might do like, I'm gonna have to get more active on my Instagram, so I might post like the 30-second like zoom thing, but that's it. But at the same time, I don't know. Probably not. As you can see, I've wrote a note on the side, and it says features are too wide, because I feel like it looks okay in this picture, but in the reference, his face looks really small. Like, his features look really small in comparison to the size of his head. So, using the reference, his features are too big. Like, but yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I feel like it looks good. I feel like it's just in reference to the picture, it's not accurate. That's why I put that in. I was, jeez. Also, I was really struggling with the shading on the clothing for the longest time. I was adding shading in the darkest places, and I was like, why does it look so flat? And then I realized that I hadn't added the shading into like his body part. I was only doing it for the sleeve. And even when I started adding it to the body, I was like, it still didn't look right, and I realized it was just the toner. Like the tone is actually just darker overall. And it ends up looking much better because I end up adding it in. This took me a while to realize why. And this is because, right, like I can't work in color, especially if it's like the references in color. I mean, that makes no sense. I just can't work in color. I need to see, like, if it's in black and white, I can see the tonal stuff a lot better. But obviously, I can't do from black and white to color. I can do from color to black and white, but black and white to black and white's obviously just the easiest for me. I can't do color to color. I can't. I mean, I can because you see, I've just done it. But the point is, I'm just not very good with color, in my opinion. But yeah. The other days, though, my manager at work keeps telling me I should be like posting my art and like recording it and stuff. And he's like, you should post it. And I was like, I didn't want to tell him I did in case he asked me if he asked to see it. And I was like, nope. And I really feel awkward about showing people my art, especially in person. But he's like really trying to encourage me to like put myself out there, and I'm just like, oh Lord, no. But every time I'm drawing on my break, if he's in there, if other people come in, he's like, oh, have you seen this? It's really good. And I'm just like, please stop trying to show everyone. It's awkward because people keep coming and hovering over me, and I just don't like it. But yeah, as you can see, I'm just finishing up the shading here. So yeah, I feel like it looks a lot better in a minute after I finish doing this. Because it really just didn't look very good. I feel like it becomes more prevalent once like the line work comes back in. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it and have a good evening or day. Bye.